Hello everyone. I have a fast message about what we're clearing right now, just to let you know because it's not pretty. We are clearing something called transgenerational trauma. What it is, you might notice that we, like a load of people right now, are having problems like physical ailments with the lower part of the body. There is as well a lot of anxiety going on, so that's usually on the chest. But a lot of us are I see people having like bladder infection, kidney infection, urinary tract infection, something with the legs. I don't know, females are having a lot of female problems, like in their own like womb and stuff like that. A lot of people have problems with the legs. I'm just, it's blowing my mind. Like I go and then like most of my neighbors are having a problems with the legs. It's phenomenal. Like I'm like, wow. So we are clearing something which is like from like the lower part of the body. So if you have physical ailments or really big pain from the lower part of the body, we are clearing something. You have to use your own guidance, use your own you know the best what you are really clearing. But a lot of us are clearing something called transgenerational trauma. That's something what is running in the collective. And it's something which is passed from the generation to the generation to the generation. We can see it like in general, like all the pandemic and all of this kind of, there is a massive oppression in the world. Freedom of the speech is like being trying to taken away from us. Freedom of the to taking the decisions for our own body. There is a lot of stuff happening, and there is as well a lot of historic trauma. When you're coming from the country that was oppressed, it is coming from the generation to the generation, and you are having this stored in your DNA. And I'm gonna read you, there is a lot of information in Wikipedia about it. I was reading about it today because I am clearing that. And so it is a psychological effect that the collective trauma experienced by the group of people has on subsequent generations in that group. Collective trauma is the effect of psychological trauma experienced by communities and identity groups and carried as a part of the group's collective memory. So here there is a load of things. You can read about it on Wikipedia. It's brilliant. I highly recommend reading it because this way you can, if it's showing up for you, and you have physical ailments as well, the body is talking to you. It needs to be released and it needs to be also integrated. This kind of experience, what your ancestrals had or like your family lineage had, needs to be integrated. You have to make a peace with it and you have to stop identify yourself with it. It's not you, it's not yours. You came here as a completely new human and you don't need to carry this. So it is up to you to get sort of rid of it. You cannot really get rid of it, but you have to sort of integrate it because it's something what shaped you. You have to forgive, of course, your parents, the way they parent you and things like that, because it's not even their fault. It was passed from their parents to the parents of the parents. It's just a really long story, and it was passed on you most likely. And if you have a look in your natal chart, there is something called Lilith. And if that Lilith, if your Lilith sign is in Cancer, you are clearing this. You are clearing the transgenerational trauma that's stored in your DNA. And this is definitely manifesting as certain like a physical ailments in your body. So just through knowing this, it's easier to release it because there are it's usually manifesting as well on the psychologically. So it is like a low self-esteem, depression, anxiety, insomnia, anger, and self-destructive behaviors. And it could be anything. It could be like smoking, drinking, drugs, cutting yourself. I know people like who have a really having like very interesting like self-destructive behaviors. So this is if you are overeating as well, it could be anything. So pay close attention what is showing up for you, because that needs to be just released, seen, make a peace with it. We have to burn the past and letting it go, because it's not gonna go with you through 2022. That's all the point of it. We have to stop identify ourselves as the broken people, or my family lineage trauma and I experienced this and that. Oh yeah, that's great what you experienced, but you don't have to identify yourself with it. And it's the whole point of it is to become your own person. Like the most beautiful perspective I took on and practiced, like, remind myself often about it, is that I'm the child of the universe. I'm no longer a child of my parents, but I am the child of the universe. I'm a whole new person, and I am no longer the old story or the story of my country, gender, the family lineage. No, I'm none of that. I'm none of that. And when you can get this really in your mind and remind yourself often about this, then the trauma is just gonna go. And of course you have to use certain like healing tools, what you've got, or just self-healing, learn some self-healing methods or techniques, because we are definitely here to challenge the system on how we heal ourselves. And this is a part of it. You might be facing serious illnesses like cancer or even the bladder infection. That's not very pretty, and it's on you how you're gonna deal with it. Are you gonna go the antibiotics and the chemotherapy or other kind of toxic methods what we use in the past or so far? Or are you gonna just expand your consciousness and stretch your mind a little bit and find alternative ways of healing? Because we all are gonna be challenged on that. I was challenged on this one many, many, many times, and I always chose the other way. And that's how your consciousness grows. You're always going to be rewarded by the universe by being the pioneer in the healing and in all kind of alternative ways of doing things. I hope this helps, guys. So if you have a really hard time, this is what is happening. We are, especially now in this holiday season when we are meeting our families, this is going to be very visible. You will see this. You will see that programming, what went through the generations to the generations, the manipulation that was placed in our heads. You will see a load of this, especially if you're conscious. You have to be more conscious and you have to be more aware. So pay close attention and release it, and let's step into 2022 fresh. Okay, I love you guys. I hope it helps. Be good.